なんとか1日目をしのぎましたね。
The song that's playing right now is Voiceless. I almost said Fortitude, but no, this is Voiceless, not Fortitude. For some reason I mix up the names of those songs. Natsui could be seen in the study. When she muttered, as though to herself, gold butterflies appeared and formed into the shape of a person. Beatrice? Yep.
楽観はできんぞ。このままぼんやりと過ごし、明日をしのげるとは思えぬ。
やはりお父様が不機嫌で出てこないというだけではごまかしきれませんか。
去年の時点で相当の不信を持たれていたようだ。それにより膨れ上がった毒素は今やとぐろを巻くかのようにこの書斎を取り囲み締め上げている。
去年から疑われていただけではないでしょうな。
そうですね。
Hey, Virgilia.
それだけでは説明がつかないくらいに毒素は濃密に練り上げられています。おそらく金蔵様の死を去年の時点から疑い、今年の会議にて暴こうという強い意志があったに違いありません。
去年の時点から騙しきれていなかったということですか。
残念ながらそうお考えになる方が今はよろしいかと。明日も台風はとどまり、迎えの船は明後日になります。つまりあと最低でも36時間を持ちこたえねばならないということです。
夏日の目には見えぬであろうが、この部屋を閉ざす密室結界は極めて強固なものだった。それが今夜だけでボロボロに擦り切れ、嵐を待つ枯葉のようなありさまだ。
いいえ、まさに嵐の真っ只中にありますよ。夏日様、私は密室結界を別のものに変えることを提案いたします。
別のものというのはどういう意味ですか。
Oh, that's a cool effect.
つまり作戦を変えるという意味ですか。
That's a cool effect with the butterflies being nearby the chandelier. I don't know, but that's just a really cool effect in my opinion.
さようでございます。私とワルギリア様で去年のものに近い結界を再構築します。
つまり去年のように金蔵を極力書斎の外に出し、毒素の影から影へと綱渡りをさせるということだ。危険ではあるが、わらわもそれを提案したい。
何ですって。今さら作戦を変えるというのですか。
籠城では切り抜けられぬと分かった以上、城を捨てることも考えねばなりません。
Wait, is Natsui having a conversation with with Genji, not Renobe, I mean Genji and Kumasara right now? Or is she going through an internal thought process in her head of what to do next? Because she knows that her plans are being, deconstructed as she is, currently thinking. Yeah, her plans are being deconstructed at the moment, so this might be her internally, talking to herself, thinking, okay, what do I do now? Do we continue on with the locker room scenario we built up? Or do we do what we did last year of Kinzo walking around the mansion, but no one is going to be able to see him because, well, he's just lurking in the shadows. This is interesting.
この書斎はもはや敵兵に囲まれ城壁さえも破られかけた城に同じ。座世は死を意味するならば、玉砕を求めて最後の出陣をするのも手でしょうな。降伏できぬ戦いでしょうから。
お父様の秘密は最後の最後まで絶対に死守します。それを蹴取られれば言い繕う余地など何もない。主人の横領は白日の下にさらされ、後宮家の名誉は失墜します。 断固としてそれだけは防がねばなりません。
落ち着け。分かっておるわ。クラウスの錬金術はじきに大勢を迎える。今年を乗り切ればなんとかなるのだ。だからうろたえるでない。
しかし去年と同じ手では無理だとして取った作戦がこの籠城なのですよ。一度は無理と切り捨てた作戦を再び選ぶのは愚の骨頂ではありませんか。一体今さらどういう筋書きを作るというのですか。
それは私とロノウェイで用意します。お任せを。幻想を生み出すのは魔女たちの役目。夏姫様はそのご許可をくださるだけで結構でございます。
お師匠様もロノウェもこういう時は実に頼れるぞ。片翼のわしの使用人どもも家具としては優秀だ。お師匠様たちが魔法を再構築すればそれを守るために働くだろう。今からでも決して遅くはない。金蔵を書斎から出し、その幻想を歩き回らせよう。
その作戦を長く検討し、それでも有効なものが見出せなかったから籠城を選んだことを忘れましたか。急場にうろたえ軽々しく当初の作戦を投げ出すなど愚かしいことです。
So wait, would this happen to be why Kinzo was quote-unquote left to study earlier in the game? I mean, in game 1, yeah. Because during the middle of game 1, when they went to Kinzo's study again, he was no longer there. Is this the explanation as to why Kinzo had suddenly disappeared? Because Natsuki went through with the plan of Kinzo walking around for the second day? I think that's what's going on here. They went through with the plan of Kinzo walking around during the second day. But it just so happened that that day, the murders occurred. Or Natsuki knew that the murders were going to occur. You know, I keep on saying that I don't want to suspect Natsuki as one of the culprits, but there is a lot of solid evidence of her, you know, actually being involved now when I'm thinking about it. There's some solid evidence because she knows that Kinzo has been dead this whole time, and she can make the illusion that Kinzo left his study and then got burned when he left by the culprit. Like, that does definitely add up. Like, that does add up for Natsuki being involved, but just a part of me, knowing storytelling, doesn't want to convict Natsuki because she's the first person that's being put at suspect. She's the first person. It's never the first person knowing all of storytelling. The first person is never the culprit. And Natsuki's the first person that everyone's suspecting. So I don't want to say that it's Natsuki because of the fact that she's the first person. Yeah, I'm going at this from a storytelling perspective, for which might not be a detective's perspective at all, but still, story-wise, Natsuki should not be actually the culprit because she's the first person that is being suspected of it. So yeah, Natsuki could be a culprit if I go by any sort of different ideas of thought than storytelling, but if I continue on with the thoughts of storytelling, Natsuki's innocent because she's the first one being suspected.
しかし夏姫様、籠城ではもはやしのぎきれぬことは毒素の真っ只中でそれを感じ取っておられた夏姫様が一番ご存知のはずです。
私は籠城の方針は変えずに何とか他の作戦を考えられないかと提案します。とにかくこの部屋を密室に保ちさえすれば誰もお父様の存在を否定はできないのです。開けることのできぬ猫箱の中身を断定することなど何人にもできないのですから。
Oh, come on! Why did you have to bring up Stronger's cat? Come on! I can't even speak today.
確かにそうではあるが、人間どもは不条理であるぞ。密閉した猫箱とてケーキの箱に群がるクロアリのように箱を食い破って中に入ることもあり得る。ベルンカステル教の駒も気になるしな。
エリカ様が晩餐の話題をさらってくださったのは幸いでした。おかげで 今夜の親族会議をお開きにできる雰囲気を生み出してくれたのですが、普段のように即座に親族会議となっていたら、今夜にも結界は破られていたかもしれません。
But as soon as Erika hears about Kinzo, your plan's screwed. Your plan's screwed as soon as she figures out about the mystery about Kinzo's status.
しかしそのせいでより濃密に毒素は練り上げられました。明日まで練り上げられた毒素は密室結界をたやすく侵すでしょう。籠城を続けるにせよやめるにせよ、どちらにせよ新しい作戦と結界を用意しなくては明日は乗り越えられません。
密室結界を破るための何かの策があるのかもしれぬな、ベルンカステル教には。あのエリカというこまめ侮れぬぞ。
それを言えば例の19年前の復讐とかいう謎の男もベルンカステル教の駒かもしれません。
The song that's playing right now is Stupefaction.
18の駒で均衡が取れていた盤面に望まぬ駒が2つも追加された。イレギュラーが多すぎます、今年は。
ベルンカステル教は東洋趣味が終わりだったな。日本のチェス、将棋ではゲーム中に駒を追加することもできるというではないか。
ええ、可能ですよ。敵のキングの目の前に駒置き場より取り出したクイーンを置くことさえ将棋では許された切り札たる一手です。
19年前を語る男はどうしているのでしょう。この島のどこかにすでに潜んでいるというのでしょうか。あのエリカという少女が漂着と称して現れることができたのです。あの男もこの台風にもかかわらず島のどこかに上陸し息を潜めているのかもしれない。
Or Erika could be working with the man from 19 years ago. They might be in communication with each other. Interesting, interesting.
そして親族たちをもはや騙し切ることは難しく、どうしてこうもイレギュラーが重なるのですか。この悪夢と偶然の奇跡をどう説明すればいいというのですか。
Well, when you call it a miracle, it's all, it's all Burn Castle's doing as soon as you start calling this all a miracle, because Burn Castle is the witch of miracles. So describing this all as a miracle of unfortune, that is definitely Burn Castle's doing. That is definitely Burn Castle's doing. Burn Castle's definitely going really hard in this game. She's going really hard. Though I feel like Lambda Delta has some of her own cards up her sleeve, so I'm not gonna roll her out completely, but Burn Castle definitely has the upper hand in this game. I'm gonna admit this now. She definitely has the upper hand. Natsui slammed the desk hard, held her head, and cringed at the pain from her overwhelming headache.
ベルンカステル教は奇跡を司る。あの御人の前にイレギュラーと奇跡は驚くにも値せぬぞ。
将棋は確かにキングの真正面に敵の駒が突如現れることを認めたゲームです。ですが、だからこそそこに隙間を作らぬ完璧な陣形を作り、キングを守る芸術的な城を構築します。
ならばやはり籠城は正しいではありませんか。
こもりきれる籠城ならばいざ知れず、今はそれを期待できる段階にありません。
You know, as they continue on talking about Shogi, it just gets me to want to play it more. I've actually been very interested in trying Shogi at least once sometime because it just seems very interesting to play, though it seems extremely hard. I'm gonna be honest here, Shogi does seem extremely hard, but I do want to try playing it at some point because it just seems so interesting. It just seems so interesting. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna try Shogi at some point.
壁を背負わぬキングを詰めるのは難しく、四方を分けたキングを詰めるのはさらに困難だろう。
Okay, just one more side comment about Shogi. Do they have online tournaments of Shogi, kind of like how they have chess tournaments? I'm curious. Do they have online, Shogi tournaments? Because I know they have in-person Shogi tournaments. I definitely know they do those, but is there also like an online circuit like they do with Twitch and chess? I'd be very interested in seeing that. Online circuits of people playing chess online. I mean, not chess, Shogi online. That would be very interesting, in my opinion. That would be very interesting. Though, of course, it kind of gets away from the feeling of an in-person game of Shogi. At the same time, though, I would be curious to see live streams of people playing Shogi, though. I would be very interested in, seeing that. Though, of course, the element of being in person is totally taken away, for which makes the game not exactly the game. But at the same time, I feel like there could be some entertainment in that as well. Kind of like how with chess, the whole in-person element, when it's removed, some parts of chess do feel a little bit off. But still, it works online. Chess online still works, so maybe Shogi can also work online as well.
ネズミで考えよ。カゴに閉じ込めたネズミを掴むことはできよう。しかし、野に逃げ出したネズミを掴むことなど、雲を掴むに等しい話よ。
夏日様、どうか検討することのご許可を。金蔵様が書斎をお出になり、気まぐれに屋敷内を闊歩しながら親族の方々の目を逃れる。それが自然である筋書きを明朝までに考えます。
危険だわ。それくらいならお父様がこの部屋で機嫌を損ねられていることを演じ続けた方が。
明日にも親族の方々はこの書斎の前に詰めかけるでしょう。そこの扉一枚向こう側に詰めかけるのです。そこで夏日様は金蔵様と怒鳴り合いをしているかのようなふりを一体何時間続けられるというのですか。不可能です。
その不可能を何とか36時間逃げ切らねばならないのです。やれと言うならやります。私は後宮夏日、後宮家当主の妻です。それをやれと言うなら私は何日でもここでお父様と怒鳴り合いをしているところを演じましょう。
Even Natsuki understood that there was no way she could manage it. But she could no longer see any chance of victory from a plan which involved making an illusion of Kinzo walk around. Banging on the desk several times, with tears of intense emotion streaming down her face, Natsuki alternated between groaning from her headache and placing the blame on one thing or another. It was enough to make one feel that there was a curse, which made anyone who sat in that chair do the same.
これは奥様が逃げる詰将棋ですな。詰将棋ですから相手のキングはない。決められた手数を逃げ切る以外に奥様に勝つ手はないのです。
その手数か。あと1日半もあるなんて多すぎます。
考えることをやめるでない。降参するでない。愚痴はわらわが聞こうぞ。だから音を上げるでないぞ。そなたの絶対にこの苦難を乗り越えようという絶対の意志が絶対の結果を紡ぎ出す。
And that's the Land of the Delta controlling the Beatrice piece.
それこそが絶対の魔女の力。その魔力を失ってはならぬ。必ず乗り越えられると信じよ。きっと妙案は浮かぶ。だからそれを考えることを投げ出してはならぬ。
Yeah, I definitely hear the Land of Delta and Beatrice's lines right now. I definitely can sense a tinge of Delta is doing in Beatrice's pieces lines right now.
そうですね。分かっています。私が乗り越えねば他の誰にも乗り越えられぬ困難なのです。
That's spirit.
そうとも。それを乗り越えてみせようとそなたは金蔵に託されたのではないか。金蔵はそなたなら託せると認めたのだ。
お父様、お父様。
お師匠様とロノウェが手は考える。もちろんわらわも考える。だが主であるそなたの許可なくばそれも許されぬ。だからせめてそなたは戦う意志を捨てるな。諦めるな。
分かってます。分かってます。でももう疲れ切ってしまって頭痛が耐えられなくて、どうして私はこんなにも冷え切った書斎でたった一人で泣いているの。どうして主人は今ここにいてくれないの。
Back when dinner ended, Klaus claimed to be dizzy and went to bed early. Of course, he had done this to get enough rest to ready himself for the long day ahead. But to Natsui right now, it felt as though he had just gone straight to sleep and pushed all the burden onto her. However, complaining about such a thing would mean that she had failed as a wife. Wasn't it a good wife's duty to work hard and think of the family first, even when her husband was resting? Regretting even her anger at her husband, and unable to determine whom she'd be angry at, Natsui continued to sob. Poor Natsui. Poor Natsui. Oh. If only Kinzo could just speak to her kindly at times like this. Please don't tell me Kinzo's gonna fucking just show up. Kinzo's gonna fucking just suddenly fade into view. Isn't he? Beito searched for him, but Kinzo had been nowhere to be seen in the study for some time now. Perhaps Natsui had noticed this as well. Oh? Though she took pride in fighting alone and supporting from behind, thinking of those as the responsibilities of a good wife. Without anyone to validate what she was doing and say was needed, she was now so frail that she couldn't even stop her own tears. Just as Beito was thinking of words she could use to console Natsui, Virgilia tapped her lightly on the shoulder. If words of consolation don't come from the mouth of the right person, they can sometimes do more harm than good. Therefore, Virgilia silently urged Beito that saying nothing was the best course of action for now. So Kinzo's not gonna show up.
お取り込み中にごめんなさい。
Order short, number 200 million, C minor. Well, talk about, bad timing.
部外者だけど発言いいかしら。
Uh-oh.
ガープ、今は慎みなさい。
いや、この場にいる限り部外者も客人もありません。発言を許します。
ありがとう。さっきロノウェは言ったわ。これは夏日が逃げる詰将棋だとね。詰将棋はどうして負けるの？キングがチェックメイトされるからでしょ。言われるまでもないわ。そして敵にはキングがない。だから夏日は自分のキングを逃がし続けるしかない。
なるほど、その手ですか。もうその時が来ましたか。
What move?
どういうことです？何か手があるというのですか？
夏日はゴールドスミスの死を隠す一番最初に提案してるわ。それを使う時が来たということよ。
失踪ですか？
This is explaining what happened in the first episode. They were being so cornered that they hid Kinzo, had him disappear during the middle of the second day. This is answering that question from the first game. What happened with Kinzo?
その一手を親族会議の今指すというのですか？危険すぎます。
After successfully resolving all their problems, they would have to lay Kinzo to rest. And the way to do that was to make him disappear. One day, Kinzo would go out into the forest and never return. They wouldn't be able to find him, no matter how much they searched. So he would be declared missing.
さっきリーチェも言ったわ。野に逃れたネズミを捕まえることはできない。そして森に消えたゴールドスミスを捕まえることね。
The way she's referring to fucking Kinzo.
それで言い逃れられると？この最も疑われた今にその一手を指すなど、まさに自殺にも等しい一手です。
疑われるでしょう。まさに疑惑と呼ばれるに等しい一手でしょう。しかしこの書斎に彼らが踏み込もうともぬけの殻。
That is true.
金蔵様を捕らえることは永遠に不可能で、その死はこれほどまでに疑わしいにもかかわらず立証することができない。
36時間どころか永遠に金蔵の秘密を守ることができるんじゃない？もちろんそれにふさわしいリスクを背負うことになるけれど、その一手を指せば確かにこの場を乗り切ることはできようが、失う名誉も計り知れぬぞ。それでも確実にこの場を乗り切れる一手よ。もちろん疑惑を大きく背負うわ。でも死なない。
確かにそれはそうですが。
関東大震災で後宮家は本当だったら滅んでいるはずだったのよ。それを狂気の天才ゴールドスミスが再建して、あなたが守りたくなるくらいに立派に再建してみせたわ。なら今度はそれをあなたたち新しき当主夫妻がやってみせるべきなのよ。
ほう、そういう煽り方をなさいますか。
煽りじゃないわ。当主夫人としての覚悟を私は聞いているだけよ。泥をすすってでも後宮家を守る覚悟があなたにはあるんでしょ？
あります。
今がその時よ。泥をすすって生き延びられるならいくらでも飲み干しなさい。あなたは苦害を這いずって生き延び、やがては必ず栄光を取り戻す。この序列第33位のガープがそれを約束してあげるわ。
ガープ。
私がこのタイミングでここへ遊びに来たのは、きっとそれを望む偶然の神々のお導きでしょうよ。守ってあげる。後宮夏日。対価は不要よ。あんたに仕えてるリーチェからすでにたっぷり前払いされてるわ。
Ooh. Gaap seemed quite cavalier, but she was actually possessed by a strong sense of duty. She was the kind of person who just couldn't leave someone in trouble alone.
前払い？はて、わらわがいつ？記憶にないぞ。
あなたがどこにしまったか思い出せないマジック。
Gaap!
随分とちょろまかせてもらってるもの。
Gaap! Come on, Gaap! Gaap! Hey, where's my car keys?
見つからないのは、やはりそなたの仕業だったか。返せ！幻の金髄賞とムーンステッキ返せ！まだくっつけて遊んでないのに！私から授けられる魔法と作戦はそんなところよ。ゴールドスミスを誰にも見つけられない世界へ私は隠すことができる。この魔法が必要になったらいつでも言って。その直前まで夏日は他のもっと無難な作戦を思案すればいい。
確かに選択肢を残すことは心のゆとりを残すこと。心にゆとりなくして妙案も生まれぬものです。
夏日様、夜は短くありません。ガープの手は最後の切り札とし、今は策を練りましょう。そのご許可をどうか。そして必ず成し遂げられるという信頼と魔力と絶対の信念を我らにお与えください。
あんたが信じれば私がそれを叶えるわ。あんたが疑えばそれも私が叶える。未来もあなたが作りなさい。
Having Kinzo go missing and doing it right in the middle of this family conference. That was truly a last resort. Hiding this final trump card in her heart, Natsuki declared that she would grope around for a different plan until the last second. After all, this long night had only just begun. And it was long, not only for her. Her own castle and her pieces had just as much time. Uh-oh. Are we moving on to Erika and Battle figuring out where the gold is? Oh, they're going down the path. Wait a second. They're outside. Oh, are they about to figure out where the gold is?
なるほど。
Oh,
やはりえぐるとは
wait.
そういう意味だったんですね。
Wait, you're not gonna tell us how they figured it all out? Ah! You're not gonna let us figure out the next parts of the puzzle from last episode, aren't you? We're just gonna go right to the ending. Dang it! Well, at least we'll know that the location of the gold is at a certain place in the island, but still, I would like to know how exactly they came to the conclusion.
またしても私の推理は正解でした。
The feel of the last one was clearly different from all the ones before, making the two of them almost certain that they had activated some sort of mechanism. However, as far as a quick glance could tell, there was no dramatic change, such as an entrance of some sort opening. Apparently, they would need to do just a little more before they could find it.
すげえよ、お前は。これで本当に黄金が見つかったら、俺とお前で山分けだな。
知的興奮を楽しめただけで十分です。私が好きなのは謎解きだけ。報酬はそれが正しかったことの証明だけで十分です。
She shrugged it off, saying that just seeing the gold would be enough. Then she crouched down, peering fixedly at the gimmick that made up the key. It's no exaggeration at all to say that this girl really loves solving riddles. Her fondness for treasure hunting is fueled by a romanticism regarding the process of finding hidden things. And she has no interest whatsoever in getting the treasure for herself and becoming a billionaire or whatever.
なるほど。よくもこんな仕掛けを。
What is this gimmick?
あなたたちの不運は私をこの島に迎えたことでしたね。ただ碑文がそこに存在するだけで、フルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。いかがでしょうか、皆様方。
As she said this to the mechanism she had exposed, she grinned at it. The smile had a bit of triumph on it, but it was more fully characterized by the small bit of unpleasant disdain it contained. After solving the riddle, she was probably reveling in the pleasure of having won against the one who had proposed it, as well as the way she could now scoff at this person.
これで黄金が見つかれば、次期当主はクラウスさんでなくあなたですね。
どうだろうな。
Oh, you know that if Balor actually gets the gold in this chapter, his family's gonna force him to be the next head because they're like, oh hell no, we're not letting Kloss get the headship. We're making Balor be the head. Like, I know that Rudolph and Kyrie would extremely push Balor to be the next head now. You know, I'm kind of interested to see Ava's reaction to Balor becoming the head. I'm interested to see her reaction because I can't tell if she's going to be happy or mad that he's the next head. I'm actually not sure.
クラウスさんってちょっと傲慢な方じゃないですか。偉そうって言いますか。そのクラウスさんが一夜明けたらおいに黄金の次期当主の座もかっさらわれていたなんて、なんだか愉快ですね。
No comment. Erika was still crouched down as she spoke, her back to Balor as she toyed around with the mechanism.
ジェシカさんでしたっけ。
Golden sneer. Oh, Erika, don't go after Jessica. Don't go after Jessica.
私に意見した女の子。あの子、自分の父親が次期当主だと威張ってましたね。彼女は今夜が明け、バトラさんのすべての黄金を受け継ぎ、自分の父親がもはや次期当主で亡くなったことを知ったら、どんな表情を見せるんでしょうね。
Erika, don't go after Jessica. Come on, girl. Do not go after Jessica.
別に俺は200億を独り占めする気は毛頭ねえぜ。ま、せいぜい1割ももらえりゃお腹いっぱいさ。
What's 10% of 20 million? Hold on. 2 million. Wait, no, billion. Oh, I mistyped. Yeah, 10% of 20 billion would be 2 billion. I probably could have done that math in my head. I apologize. Yeah, that would be 2 billion. That's a lot of money. You know what? That's a lot of money. 2 billion. Like, you're set for life if you have $2 billion. Would you be set for life? Yeah, you would. Unless you invested all your money in moon tourism.
あとは親族で仲良く分けりゃいい。次期当主なんてもっと興味がねえぜ。クラウスおじさんに喜んで押し付けさせてもらうぜ。
果たしてそう簡単な話で済むでしょうか。
It will not.
それを推理することよりは、今はジェシカさんが明日どんな表情をしながら、
Erika, stop.
どんな負け惜しみを口にするかの方が推理の対象としては楽しい気がします。
Don't. What did Jessica do? Like, yeah, she got a little bit mad at you for, taunting about her father, but that, you know what? You had that coming for taunting her father in front of her. Erika, stop going after Jessica. Do you have something against Jessica? Birdcastle, do you have something against Jessica? What do you have against Jessica? What do you have against Jessica? What did Jessica do to you? Erika Birdcastle? What did she do to you? come on! Come on! Why are you going especially after Jessica?
お前性格悪いな。
おや、謎解きが好きという時点で推理できませんでした？私、人が隠すことを暴くのが好きな知的蹂躙者なんですよ。
That's a name you can give yourself? Well, now.
自分の謎解きもそうです。
I'm sorry, but I cannot get over the fact that she just called herself that. Come on, really? That's quite the name, Erika. That's quite the name. That is quite the name you're calling yourself. Well now.
じいさまが満を持して隠した黄金を暴いてやりたかったんだろ。
ええ、最初はそうでしたが、途中から目的が変わりました。
途中？何？
ジェシカさんです。
Stop!
私の推理に口を挟み、高月かつ高尚な時間を汚しました。だからジェシカという子に思い知らせたくて、碑文の謎を解くことに目的を変えたんです。
That's fucked up! But you know what? Legitimately, I'm starting to really like you as a character. Not because you're good, per se. It's because you're, you're just being brutal. You're just being brutal. I like Erika's brutality. Just because Jessica doubted her, she wants to wreck her life. Jeez! Can't support that, but I'm gonna be honest here. I kinda like her as a villainous character. You know, I half expected her character to be more villainous. I half expected that, so I'm not surprised. But jeez. She's going right off with, you know, being a dick. She's going right out being a dick right at the beginning. And you know what? I'm giving her a thumbs up. I'm giving Erika a thumbs up. As just a villain that I'm gonna love to hate. I'm already seeing this now.
お前本気で言ってんのか？
私はどんな相手でも屈服させます。それが私の唯一の優越です。まだ推理必要ですか？後ろ宮ジェシカは私をムカつかせた。だから私は身の程を思い知らせてやりたくて碑文を解くことにした。そこから導かれる今の私の感情、推理可能ですか？
Jesus! What the heck, Erika? This time, I turned my back on her in earnest. Did I get so caught up in the fun of this riddle-solving game that I allowed her to lead me into making a terrible mistake? That's right. I could have worked that out if I could have worked out that this would happen. With the riddle solved, the relatives will probably get into an uproar about who will be the successor to the head. Dad and Kyrie-san will probably make a fuss about how I, the discoverer, should be the successor, and the other relatives, not thrilled with that prospect, will probably oppose them. Despite how adamant Erika was about it, it isn't written anywhere that the one who solves the riddle, the epitaph, becomes the successor. Because of this, it'll lead to a fight between those who are willing to accept that and those who aren't. To reason out what will happen next, as Erika suggested. It will probably turn into an ugly fistfight between Uncle Klaus and the rest of the relatives. When Jessica finds out I've solved the riddle, Will she admire me or curse me? I don't want to think about that now. Erika was still mumbling. Apparently, she had already started trying to reason it out. As I began to feel very bad, I lazily gazed out into the black night. He may be having second thoughts, but Balor is still gonna continue on the search. Then, I looked at a dimly lit outdoor light and saw the silhouette of a person in front of it. Oh shit. Oh shit, wait a second. Oh shit. Is it? Oh no, it might be Rosa. Oh my god, it might be Rosa. It might be Rosa because after she talked with Ava, Rosa also figured out the epitaph, didn't she? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. But wait, at the beginning of this game, wasn't Rosa one of the first 6 dead? Interesting. This could be Rosa because she met up with Ava after talking with Ava because Rosa was able to, think things through and figure it out. So, this could be Rosa meeting up with Balor. Interesting. Alright, let's see what happens. I thought I must be seeing things. After all, it was unthinkable that someone would have been standing there the whole time, pounded upon by the rain, without even an umbrella. However, the silhouette didn't move an inch, and maybe... No, it couldn't be. It was looking at me, and it was... What?! Dead angle. What?! In the hell?! What in the hell? Aren't you supposed to be dead? Or is Balor also seeing magical ghosts? What the hell? Lambda Delta, what are you doing? Grandfather! In that instant, I understood. If Erika doesn't see him, that means it's a ghost. Grandfather had probably been watching us solve the riddle the whole time. And he had seen us as we spectacularly solved the entire riddle of the epitaph. Without doubt, Grandfather smiled faintly. Grandfather, who had never worn any expression that wasn't moody or frightening, looked me in the face and smiled at me for the first time. Oh shit. Almost as though he was saying, "Too smart for your own good." Or else, I never thought it would be you. However, this was the result, chosen by Grandfather's epitaph. So I was sure that he had accepted that truth. He grinned one final time. Of course, he didn't use words. His smile seemed to be a silent expression of a single word. Superb. I didn't know how I should respond. I couldn't do anything but stand there in shock, ignoring Erika as she crouched down, fumbling with her back towards me. Then, Grandfather stretched a hand out from the folds of his cloak and pointed at something. When I looked in that direction, what I saw there, the thing he was pointing at, was probably the guideposts to the Golden Land. Go. Grandfather had undoubtedly said that one word. I nodded to show that I understood. Seeing this, Grandfather nodded back, satisfied. Bye! Then, with a spin of his cloak, he disappeared, seeming to melt into the darkness. That was probably a vision, a symbolic vision that Balor had, right before he found the gold. Oh my god. That That is so trippy, man. That is so trippy. But you know what? Of all the people in the family that probably should have became the next head, it had to be Balor. Come on. In the previous episode, he defeated Kinzo. He defeated Kinzo, who had turned into a dragon with the blue truth. Like I said, of all the people in the family, I think Balor kind of deserves to become the next head. Kinda joked a little. Ah, swallowed water wrong. Nah, sorry about that. Don't you hate it whenever you choke on water that you have to drink more water to, you know, calm down your throat? I hate that. I hate that. I already choked on it. Why do I need more of it? The expression on his face at the end was a truly and finally satisfied smile.
聞いてます？バトラさん。私の推理。
見つけたぜ。あれが黄金鏡への道しるべだ。
え？あ、さっきと向きが変わってる。なるほど。あちらへ進めという意味ですか。良い観察力ですね。
じい様に教えてもらった。
え？金蔵さん？どこに？
行くぜ。見せてもらおうじゃねえか。黄金鏡ってやつを。
She's into it. We start to walk. The entrance to the Golden Land was right there. Oh shit, man.
我が碑文がついに解かれたか。そしてバトラーがか。
You surprised?
愉快この上なし。
He seems to not mind Balor being the one to solve it. When I think about it, I was also ahead that no one saw coming. How interesting that the one who will succeed me as head is also a person no one saw coming.
これにて我が生涯に一切の未練はなし。ベアトリーチェそなたのもとへ行くぞ。我が碑文が選びし奇跡を手土産にな。
Balor, of all people. That Balor.
なあ我が生涯の最後の最後に我は真の奇跡を見たり。
He seems to be very happy that Balor found it. Well, I mean, he probably sees a lot of himself in Balor in a way, because no one expected Balor to become the next head. So he probably sees a lot of himself in Balor, if we go by this interpretation of Kinzo.
この賭けは私の勝利だ。
You know what? I'm gonna be honest here. I love the voice actor's laugh for Kinzo. Like, Kinzo laughing, I'm gonna be honest here, is kind of making me smile a little bit. I don't know why, but his fucking laugh is just iconic. And also his Beatrice! That can never be emulated by any other person. I'm gonna be honest here. The Beatrice cannot be emulated by any other person. Like, no matter how hard I can try, or anyone else can try, no one will be able to recreate this voice actor's voice for Kinzo. No one can ever reenact Kinzo as perfectly as him. Basically, this voice actor is practically Kinzo. Oh, man. They're not gonna say the exact location, aren't they? Yeah, they're not gonna say the exact location. Darn it. That does look like the, underground passageway to, the Kuadorian, though. We're here. Happiness of Marinette. Bonus. Oh, Balor's so happy that he got the gold.
体食性以外には金に換金物としての利便性を見出すことはできませんね。これを現金化するには随分の手間をかけそうです。
And a lot of answers to the questions that the feds might have. Well, the equivalent of the feds in Japan. At the end of a crude underground tunnel, in a VIP room, which was so beautiful that it seemed out of place, there was a pile of gold so large that there could be no doubting it's 20 billion yen worth. Erika was calm, but Balor couldn't suppress his excitement. As for which of the two was the... I'm gonna repeat that. As for which of the two was the correct reaction to show after seeing a mountain of gold, only those who saw the sea with their own eyes could say for sure. In this day and age, it's said that an average salary man earns about 20 million yen in wages over his life. And there's 20 billion yen worth of gold. With even 1/100th of this gold mountain, a single human could live their entire life without working. What is labor? Isn't it the very point of a human's life, since a person who doesn't work cannot eat? If so, then 20 million yen is enough to make a single person's life complete. And this is 20 billion yen! This would account for the labors of 100 humans! No! A single human life 100 times over! Of course, if you still wanted to work, you could. Any money you gain as a result could all be used to be played with. After all, you would have enough money to live for your entire life. No, for eternity. No, wait. I mustn't keep it all to myself. I can split it up among 100 people. If I could create a world where a full 100 humans wouldn't have to work for their whole lives, just what kind of world would that be? Yeah, there's no doubt at all.
ここが黄金鏡なんだ。
というわけで
Hey, Lambda!
ベルーンバトラは見事に黄金を見つけましたとさ。めでたしめでたし。肝となる部分は少し伏せさせてもらったけど、そのくらいの意地悪はしてもいいわよね。
ああ、そこは好きにしな。
Okay, so they didn't say the exact location just to keep up the mystery for a little bit longer. I can respect that, actually.
自分の謎がどういう謎々でどういう答えだったのかというミクロな見地に興味はね。
Oh, you definitely are.
大事なのはその結果、黄金が10トン発見されたという事実の方だ。
The gold was discovered in the third game as well by Auntie Ava. Auntie Rosa had also witnessed it. However, the two of them hadn't spoken of the gold's discovery to anyone. In other words, there was a chance that the gold's discovery was cat box truth, kept between the two of them, which meant that it was possible that the gold didn't exist and was just an illusion.
しかし、俺がとうとう見つけちまったわけだ。猫箱が開かれちまった。
So this confirms... I'm choking on water. Damn it! So this confirms that the gold exists. This confirms that the gold exists. Okay, that was the point of the scene. Just to confirm that the gold's real. But wait. Can they say that the gold's real in red, though? That's a good question. Can they confirm this in red? Yeah, that's gonna be my one requirement to fully accept the gold's existence, if they say it in red. Yes, I know, I'm pulling that, but you know what? If they say it in red, I'll believe it. You know what? The red truth is the most important thing to know of right now. That's the most important thing right now. Knowing the red truth about everything. Yeah, we may see Balor find the gold right now, but you know what? I'm gonna be skeptical. Yeah, that's right, Lim Delta. Can you say anything in red about this, huh?
復唱ごっこは時間の無駄だから先にサービスしてあげる。この黄金の山は本物。
Yes! It's real! You actually accepted my challenge! Holy shit! expecting her to accept that challenge. Holy shit. Okay, thank you, Lambda.
ここに積まれたインゴットは全て本物の純金。
Holy crap.
レプリカとか偽物とかそんな騙しは一切なし。
So the gold really is on the island. Oh, Valor, once you win your game against Beatrice, you might want to figure out where that gold is because you're going to be set for life if you find it. Holy crap. Of course, if Valor wins his game against Beatrice, I'm never sure what he would get out of it. What would he get out of winning against Beatrice? Likely not a lot because he died. But you know what? You know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. If he defeats Beatrice, everything's gonna be happy. Everything's gonna be happy in the world. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Everything's gonna be happy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say now. Everything's gonna be happy if Valor, defeats Beato's game. Everything's gonna be happy, everyone's gonna be alive, he's gonna find the gold, and everyone's gonna live happily ever after. That's just wistful thinking, but you know what? You know what? Higurashi used to have a good ending. Higurashi used to have a happy ending, so why can't Umineko have one too? I say used to because I do count Go as a sequel to Matsuri Bayashi. I do count Go as a sequel. Even though that is divisive, so I won't elaborate more on that, but I do consider Go as a sequel to Matsuri Bayashi. Even though there's other, timelines from that as well that could also be considered the sequel to Matsuri Bayashi, but what am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm playing Umineko. I'm not playing Higurashi. I'm playing Umineko.
よし、わかった。この黄金は認めるぜ。だが、認められないものがまだある。
そうよね。会っちゃったものね。金蔵に。金蔵は幻想なはずなのに、あなたさっき出会っちゃったわよね。やっぱりこれは魔法なんじゃないのかしら。
No, it was not.
小酒。俺は一言もじい様と言葉を交わしちゃいねえ。じい様と言葉を交わしたような気持ちになっただけだ。いい加減にしろ。同じ手はもう通用しない。
ならほらどうぞ、青き真実。
Do it.
おそらく俺は碑文の謎を解き興奮状態にあった。それで何かをじい様と見間違えたんだ。
Yep.
例えばそれは暗がりの子たちに引っかかった何かのシートかカバーで、それが漆黒のマントを羽織ったじい様に見えたのかもしれない。その結果、俺はじい様と何かのやり取りをしたように誤解したんだ。
Kinzo never did say anything. Kinzo did not say anything.
青き真実、有効ね。まあ、私も全く同じことを青で語ったわけだけど。
それで通ったのか。赤き真実で反論は。
ないわ。今のところはね。
You're saving it up. Lambda Delta does not have a clue how to counter that, does she? The me who had let out a strange yell in front of the Gold Mountain was finally starting to regain his cool. Now that we'd found it, there was no covering it up. I faintly thought about keeping this discovery a secret. However, Erika wanted to prove that her own reasoning was correct by announcing this fact to everyone. She really is an intellectual rapist, just as she says. The puzzle-solving game is what's important to her. And she doesn't intend to take any responsibility for what happens after the riddle is solved. A riddle is sort of like a lock. Locks exist to be locked. And whenever a lock is locked, there is a meaning behind locking it. Therefore, there should always be a meaning behind breaking one open and exposing what it protects. However, this girl has made the exposure itself her final goal, and she doesn't plan on taking responsibility for anything that happens later. Well, yeah, because she's not part of the family. She does not need to have any. Azure here. Maybe the true storm to hit Rokkenjima isn't the typhoon, but her. Oh, that's so corny! That's so corny! That's so fucking corny! Come on! She won't keep this discovery secret. She'll definitely announce it to brag about her success. And then, she'll call a real storm down upon this island. I won't be able to keep this covered up. Then in that case, there's nothing to do except announce this fact fairly. I can't imagine what will happen after that. As she grinned, Erika muttered to herself. She must have been predicting the uproar the relatives would soon bring about. To her, imagining that was much sweeter than 20 billion yen in gold.
ただ碑文がそこに存在するだけで
Oh my god, that's such a smug sprite. That's such a smug sprite.
フルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。いかがでしょうか、皆様方。
Oh, hi. Umineko no Nakakoro ni Ichiru, now turn of the truth and illusions. Oh my god. Oh my god. The frantic golden drama. Oh wait, in the next episode, are we getting the relatives' reactions? I'm totally gonna screw up my recording schedule for this week.
Okay.